Does it cost more to go and pre-sell a deal and spend some money on ads, or does it actually cost more money to do the traditional model of ranking and renting? If you're new to this business model traditionally has been called rank and rent, where you build a website, you let it rank, you do your SEO tricks. 4 to 6 months later, if you're lucky, boom, that sucker ranks. You get the organic leads, you go and you put a deal together, wham, bam, bam. That's it. That's the business model. Little old Nick came along and decided to shake it up. And I realized that in order to scale, I was going to have to build a lot of websites. I was going to have to wait a long time. And I didn't even know if those websites or those areas were going to have business owners that wanted to buy my leads, even if they ranked, if I did it correctly. And I started doing the math. I'm like, I have to pre-sell. And that's where this whole thing. So I always talk about rank, wow. What a Monday. Rent, then rank. Rent first, rank later. rent and rank, right? That's what my little spin on it. And I have not done a deal where I rank and rent the traditional way since about late 2019. Since 2020, first part of 2020, I have not done anything besides pre-sale. So I want to talk about what does it actually cost? Because the objection I always hear when people are looking at, well, should I rank it and rent it? Or should I go and sell it first and rent it first and then rank it? The thing that I always hear, the people that don't want to rent first, they go, well, I got to spend some money on ads. I got to go and run some ads, because part of the model that I run is I set up a simple one-pager. I set up some ads. I push the ads to that one-page website, and I get some phone calls coming in and use those phone calls to go and put the deal together, okay? Being 100% completely transparent with the business owner from day one, not trying to hide anything. I tell them exactly how it is. I'm like, look, I'm getting these leads from ads, but we are building a website on the back end, and long term, it's going to be organic play, but you're going to get leads the whole time, blah, 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 right? That's what I say. To you that thinks that it costs more money to run ads and to get a business owner versus ranking, let's do a little math. In my experience with all the people that I teach, all the people that I've coached, which is not a few, there's quite a few at this point, nothing crazy. We're not into the thousands yet, but we will be getting there very soon. Hundreds of people that I've coached and myself doing this hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times. It takes you anywhere between $100 on the low end and sometimes a couple $100 on the high end to get to a closing call, to get a deal, right? To get on the Zoom and to get a deal. And that does take money, right? Which I still laugh at, because go and look up what it takes to start a Jimmy John's, start a McDonald's, to start a tanning salon locally. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm complaining about a couple $100. It does take a little bit of money, okay? But I would have you remember that if you decide to go the traditional route, you have your domain, right? Which you're going to be paying for the next 6 months, right? So there's that. You're also going to have your tracking number, which I don't know what you're using. Maybe you're using CallRail, $10 a month per number, $5, whatever. You're $60 to $120 there over the next 6 months. You're going to have your hosting. There's that. You're also going to have the cost of your content, whether you're writing it or paying somebody else. You're going to have the cost of your backlinks, whether you're going and finding them or you're paying somebody else. You're going to have the cost of building out the website on your dime, right? You're going to have the cost of setting up the GMB and figuring out how to do that. And that's not even to mention the time. If you were to calculate what is my time worth and how much am I spending doing it, guys, it is not even close to comparable. You are clearly going to spend more money doing rank and rent the traditional way, because guess what? You don't have any money coming in. I'd way rather spend $150, go get a deal, $200, even $500 if that's what it took. And I was missing, man. I had to get through 4 or 5 closes before I got a deal. I'm making that money back day one. Month 2, I'm in the green. Month 3, I'm in the green. Month 4, I'm in the green. I'm in the green. I'm making money from day one. Meanwhile, you're over there and you're spending money. You're spending money. It doesn't sound like a lot. $5, $10 every single time for a number. $5, $10 for hosting. Do that for 6 months. Oh, shoot, not quite ranking good enough. We don't have enough leads coming in. We need to rank a little higher. Let's go to 8 months. Guys, I can tell you, statistically speaking, not just guessing, not just my gut, go do the math. Go track what your last website took you to build. Go look how long it took you. Go look at how many hours you put into it, whether it's your VA, whether it's your team, or whether it's yourself. And it is way more expensive to do the rank and rent model. And that's not even including the time. You include your time on top of it, it's not even close. So before you get all excited and listen to one person that says that, don't be the person that goes and gets the gym pass at the piece of shit gym that's $10 a month. I'm not going to say any names, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You get the $10 membership, and then there's a minimum contract at 6 months, and there's a cleaning fee that hits at 3 months. And if you don't re-sign, there's a cancellation piece. And then there's by the time you get done with it, you could have been almost the exact same going to the nice club instead of the dirty gym. But you looked at that little $10 a month and thought, woo, I'm going to save me some money. Meanwhile, the rest of us are at the club because we understand that that's not always what it looks like. It's not always what it appears. So before you take a dump on rent then rank, which in my opinion is the only way you should be doing this, do some math. And on top of that, guys, let's go ahead and remember that if you rank a website, that doesn't mean you're going to sell it. But I know every site that I build, every time I buy a domain, I'm using somebody else's money to buy that domain, pay for the content, build out the asset, build out the backlinks. I am using other people's money. OPM. That's how you scale, guys. So do some math before you form an opinion. That's my opinion. You don't have to adopt it. You don't have to believe. You don't have to love it. But I just ask you to consider it. Try it. Don't trust me.